Christmas time is here. I made a Halloween and Thanksgiving video, so I should probably make a Christmas video. There's so much I could talk about: food, traditions, history. Actually, how about I talk about a piece of Christmas media? Let's talk about a music album. The possibilities are endless. There's so many famous crooner Christmas albums. There's the Charlie Brown Christmas album. Oh wait, I have the perfect Christmas album to talk about. The Bob Dylan Christmas album. Okay, maybe it's not the best Christmas album, but I think it's really worth taking a look at. A Christmas album is the last thing you'd expect from Bob Dylan. But in 2009, we got Bob Dylan's Christmas in the Heart. Bob Dylan has played a big role on my channel, so I think it's appropriate we wrap up the first year of Hook Everything with his Christmas album. So let's get into it. I think we should start with talking about what's in the album. The songs. There's a great variety of types of Christmas songs in this album. You have the more traditional Christmas songs and more modern Christmas songs. There's also a good variety of more somber songs and upbeat songs. I think my favorite versions of these songs are Here Comes Santa Claus, Winter Wonderland, and The Christmas Blues. There's one song that I'll talk about later that's my favorite though. The one song I don't like is Christmas Island. I just don't really like the song. So, there's a great variety of different types of Christmas songs. Now, let's talk about what's probably the most divisive thing about this album. The vocals. Now, Bob Dylan's voice has always been criticized, and while I think he sounds fine in most songs, to non-Dylan fans, I could see how his voice would be off-putting. That being said, frankly, he sounds bad on some of these songs. I just listened to some of his other albums from this era for the first time, and even though his voice was starting to get less clear, it never sounded as bad as it did in some of these songs. He sounds especially bad in Hark, the Herald Angels Sing and O Little Town of Bethlehem. Like, I can barely hear what he's saying on those songs. I'm torn on the vocals and Do You Hear What I Hear, because his voice sounds sometimes too rough, but then at other points he sounds really good. But I think he sounds fine in most of the songs. There's one song I think he sounds great in, for Dylan standards, but we'll talk about that one later. The background singing is really immaculate on this album and really brings a stark contrast to their singing and Dylan's vocals. That contrast is good until you hear them sing Hark the Herald Angels and they're singing so great and beautiful, and then Dylan comes in and you can't hear what he's saying. It's worth seeking out just that song to see how bad his singing gets on the album. But I think his vocals sound good in the overall album itself. So let's talk about the other half of the songs, the compositions. Are the compositions in most of these songs different from how they're usually performed? Sorta. Are they good? Yes! One of the people who worked on the album, David Hidalgo, said that before recording the songs, they listened to a bunch of different versions of the songs and chose parts of each version to use in their covers. I really like the instrumentation. Dylan's piano and harmonica fit naturally in with the compositions. The mandolin fits really well into songs like Have Yourself a Merry Christmas and Come All Ye Faithful. As a trumpet player, I really like his inclusion of the instrument in a few of the songs. The compositions are certainly a strong part of this album. Okay, so you know how I mentioned I talk about the great part of the songs and the singing? That time is now! Okay, so most of the songs on this album are really good, with one or two great ones, and with maybe a few subpar songs. But the only one that is amazing is Must Be Santa. I have so much I wanted to say about this one song, I decided to make a whole section just for it. Where do I even start? It has great vocals. This is a song that I think is better with Dylan singing. He sounds great and just brings so much energy to the performance. The instrumentation is also phenomenal. The accordion is such a good touch to the song. The music video is also really funny and weird. I've never seen Dylan take himself so unseriously. Like, the video shows him dancing and stuff. I love it so much. He looks like he's really enjoying himself. And then, how can I not mention the fact that he named some of the presidents during the song? This is the one song of the album that I feel is a 10 out of 10. It's just such a great rendition of the song and is one of my favorite Christmas songs out there. Okay, cool down from talking about Must Be Santa. Here are just a few random thoughts I have about the album that weren't really long enough to put into a full section. One cool thing about this album is that all of Dylan's royalties from the album go to different charities. The charities are Feeding America, Crisis, and the World Food Program. I already talked about the Must Be Santa music video, but the Little Drummer Boy video is also pretty cool. I also think that the cover really fits the tone of the album and it looks very nice. Bob Dylan's Christmas in the Heart can be very off-putting if you're not a Bob Dylan fan. If I'm listening to a Christmas playlist, there are certain songs that have to be by certain artists, like Nat King Cole has to sing the Christmas song, and Andy Williams has to sing The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I don't think this album has many of those songs where Bob Dylan has to sing it. It's not really for a general Christmas audience. It's for people who want a different take on these songs or Dylan fans. However, I am a Dylan fan, and I love hearing him add a spin to these classic songs. There are just so many things about this album that make it great. The composition, the vocals, how it feels so Dylan-esque. When I first listened to it, I kind of just thought of it as a weird oddity, kind of a novelty. But now, I have a pretty deep appreciation for it. But I still think it's some sort of an oddity. I mean, this could be the best Christmas album of all time, but it's still weird to think that Bob Dylan, this person that seems so cold at times, made a Christmas album. But if you get past some of the off-putting things, it's a great new way to hear these Christmas classics. It's one of my favorite Christmas albums, and I happily listen to it every Christmas. Thank you for watching this video and all the other videos on this channel. My channel has done very well this year, so thank you so much for supporting it and hope you continue to watch next year. So, thank you for watching, have a Merry Christmas, and see you in the New Year.